Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Georgiana with Expressions Craft Studio, and I've been trying to clean up my craft room because I've got some company coming for the holidays, which is also why I've been absent for a while. I will just quickly tell you that I did get 331 cards done for this year. They've all been sent out. 50 went to the Angel Card Project. No, backwards. 50 went to Cards for Soldiers because I was already late sending them. And the other remaining cards went to the Angel Card Project and then a few of my friends from one of the very special groups I belong to. I believe it was 231 or 281 that actually went out to the Angel Card Project. So quite a few cards out the door this year, and I'm already thinking about next year, but I started really just wanting to clean up my craft room, and so here we go, already making this a long-winded video. I found this roll while I was cleaning up. Hopefully you can see that. It is a, let's see here. It's not what I thought it was. I just thought it was like a foil wrapping paper, which technically it is, but I thought it was like gift wrapping. It's actually for wrapping plants. And it's a poly embossed foil, decorative polyfoil wrap for flower pots and more. I quickly showed this in a previous video where I used my Xyron sticker maker to make a sticker sheet to put these on. And I was just going to do a real quick one just of this paper. It's a little different. It's never going to look completely without creases or bumps just because it comes off the roll that way. But you can definitely, minimize those. And I think if you just make them the back of a card, or the front of a card, I mean, I think they're lovely. I don't even think you'd need a whole lot more other than, a Merry Christmas wish or something like that. So I'm going to show you real quick how to do one of those with this paper, and that's it. That's all I'm doing today. So let me grab my Anna Griffin. I always say Griffith. That's Helen Griffith, I think. Xyron Creative Station. And I liked this one, even though I had a small one already, because it is so wide. I can put a whole sheet of paper in there. So hopefully you can see all this. I'm knocking everything over. Okay, so got a little something stuck on there. So we're going to put this in. Now I tried using Mod Podge on some of my other wrapping papers, and I didn't like the way it worked. And I'd used a glue stick. Wasn't super happy with the way it worked. So I'm going back to this, but I also have Heat and Bond that I've seen people use that I want to try. Now, I don't know how well it would work on this foil stuff. Hopefully it won't burn or anything. But that's my next venture, is the Heat and Bond, because I have almost a whole bolt of that from my quilting days. Just looking for the end of this here. All right, we're done with this. Oops. So one of the things I like to do is I just like to burnish this really good, because there's a sticky substance layer on the other side of the backing here. And I just like to make sure that I get it all on my cardstock or paper, whatever you're using. And then I do like to go around the edges just to make sure I've got a good clean edge where the adhesive comes away from the backing paper and the cover sheet. Okay, so once I've done that, then I remove the top plastic layer. And as you can see, if you've never used one of these machines, hopefully you can see this. There's a little sticky layer around the edge where there was no material for it to stick to. So it just sticks to this cover sheet, this cover film, I guess. So now I've got it all pressed down. And I like to actually flip this over. But before I do that, I'm going to show you this. I I don't know how well you can see it, but can you see the lines that are impressed into this film or paper, whatever you want to call it? You're never going to get a super clean, perfectly flat image. You're always going to be able to see those creases with this, just because that's the way it's coming off the roll. But you can certainly minimize those by stretching it a little bit. And because you probably cover it up somewhat, and even if you don't, I just think it looks fantastic. So I'm going to lay that down there. And I'm going to flip this over. So this is the cardstock. This is the backing. And I'm going to peel the backing away from the cardstock. And the reason for that is I don't want my cardstock bending or curling like this did. So once that's down, then I do like to hold this down a little bit. I wish I had a magnetic board. Actually, I do, but it's in the other room and it's got stuff on it. So we're just going to wing it. I have some tape somewhere, but again, don't know where it's at. So we're just going to kind of stretch this out. Oops. Actually, I'm going to line it up here on the bottom. And this is the sticky side. I'm going to kind of stretch that out again. And then we're just going to go in and lay that down. I kind of like to leave that edge up so that I can press it down, kind of roll it down to get rid of any potential wrinkles. And then I just press it down really good. And looky there, I think we did a great job on this one. Practice does make perfect. So I bought a whole roll of this stuff. Let's see, I bought it last year, mid-year, off of Amazon. It is called the Guardsman brand by Windsor or Hampshire paper. It's made in Bulgaria, processed in the USA and Mexico, it says. But what I wanted to tell you was it is 20 inches wide by 30 feet long. So you get a lot of paper here. And there isn't any reason you couldn't wrap gifts with it, I guess. It's just, it is plasticky, so it's really hard even just to rip. Like here's a little envelope. I was just playing with a little piece. And it's hard to get started. Now, if it's already cut, it might rip. But it's hard to get it to rip. So it's pretty thick and substantial. I mean, it's got some nice body to it. So then once I've got that done and all pressed out to where I think it's good, then I just take my scissors and go around the back and trim it off. And you can get two 8.5 by 11 sheets wide on this 20-inch paper. Now, if you really had room to lay it out, you could do some this way and then some landscape and some portrait. I don't have that much room in here. I'd have to go clean off my island in my kitchen to get that kind of room. And I feel like, for me at least, the bigger a piece I'm trying to do, the more likely I am to get bubbles and wrinkles in it. So I just like to keep it small, and because I have so much of it and it's not what I thought it was when I bought it, I don't mind wasting this little strip over here on the edge. But if you do mind wasting that little strip, save it and put it on another piece of paper. I think it would probably make beautiful leaves. Now, I don't think it die cuts very well. I did try that, and I want to say because it's plastic, it kind of stretches when you're trying to die cut it, so it didn't cut really well. But if you have a Cricut or a Cameo or Silhouette, one of those kind of machines, I think it would cut just fine. And since they have all different kinds of settings for them. So anyway, I'm just trimming all this off, and then I'm going to have 3 sheets of this beautiful green foil embossed cardstock, which I'll get either 4 cards or 3 slimline cards out of it. I think it's 4 A2 if I'm correct, or 3 slimlines. And there you go. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? I mean, I love it. And I hopefully you can see the pattern on that. I mean, it's just so pretty. So, quick little video, Could have been quicker, I'll admit, but for me, this is quick, guys. If you've watched my videos, you know I'm a ranter and a rambler, and I never get anything done without a whole lot of talking. So for me, this was really quick. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And hopefully here after Christmas, I'll be back in my craft room doing some stuff. I've got some coasters I want to make. I've got lots of napkins and lots of blanks. And we might even do some of that during Christmas with my visitors because they're both crafty people. Anyway, till next time, this is Georgiana with Expressions Craft Studio. Thank you so much for joining me, for following my progress and my projects for Christmas. I will be doing it again next year. I'm going to try to be a little bit more organized, and I'm also going to try to bring other projects to the camera, to YouTube, so it's not just the Christmas cards. But yeah, that's my goal. So till then, these are just some more that I'm finishing up, some scraps that were on my desk. Again, it's got this crease down the middle, but I'm going to probably die cut it, so it's not going to matter. This one is the one I tried to Mod Podge, and you can see, hopefully you can see, it did not adhere well, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that one. And this one was just some scraps I was just using up. So there you go. Anyway, thanks again for joining me. I appreciate all your kind thoughts and wishes, and I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas.